don't normally do this, but this case for some reason has just been really hitting home for me.
What you're about to see is the moment a multi-million-dollar golf tournament was thrown into chaos. This is the moment Paige Spiranac, the most famous female golf influencer on the planet with over 11 million followers, was publicly accused of cheating. With a $1 million prize on the line, a single, almost unnoticeable action sparked a firestorm of controversy that ended in tears, betrayal, and a debate that has divided the entire golf community. If you want to know the unfiltered truth behind the biggest dramas in golf, make sure you subscribe because this story is far more complex than you could ever imagine. The stage was set for one of the most anticipated events in the world of YouTube golf, the finale of the Internet Invitational. Backed by the media giants of Barstool Sports and the popular channel Bob Does Sports, this wasn't just another friendly match. This was a high-stakes winner-take-all showdown for a staggering $1 million prize. The format was a tense alternate shot match, a brutal test of teamwork and trust where every single shot carries the weight of your partner's hopes. And at the center of it all was Team Spiranac, led by the queen of golf media herself, Paige Spiranac, alongside her teammates Barstool's own Frankie Barley and the talented golfer Meloy Togasala. As heavy favorites, the pressure on them was immense. The entire YouTube golf world was watching, expecting them to dominate. But under the intense glare of the cameras and the crushing weight of $1 million expectation, something was about to go horribly wrong. The tournament had been a massive success, bringing together some of the biggest names in the influencer golf space for a series that generated millions of views and unprecedented social media buzz. It was a perfect blend of high-level golf and reality show drama, a formula that has made this new era of golf content so addictive. The final match pitted Team Spiranac against the underdog team of Brad Daly, a former college golf star, comedian Francis Ellis, and Cody B. Frankie. From the very first tee, the atmosphere was electric. The friendly banter was laced with a competitive edge, and every putt felt like it could be a turning point. The alternate shot format is notoriously difficult, as players have to hit from wherever their partner leaves them, forcing a level of strategic synergy that can make or break even the strongest teams. For Paige and her team, the expectation was clear: win. Anything less would be seen as a failure. And as the match progressed, that pressure began to mount, setting the stage for a single moment that would overshadow everything. As the final match reached a critical juncture, the tension was palpable. Every player was grinding, fully aware that a single mistake could cost their team the $1 million prize. It was on a difficult hole with their ball nestled in the thick, unforgiving rough that the controversial moment unfolded. Meloy Togasala, a player known for his powerful and skilled ball striking, stood over the ball, assessing a nearly impossible shot. The grass was long and tangled, a lie that would challenge even a PGA Tour professional. Before he addressed the ball, Paige Spiranac walked ahead, seemingly to get a better view of the line to the green. It was then that cameras captured her appearing to press down the long grass in the area immediately surrounding and in front of Togasala's ball. It was a subtle movement lasting only a second or two, and to a casual observer, it might have looked like nothing at all. But in the world of competitive golf, where the integrity of the game is paramount, it was a potential violation of one of the sport's most fundamental rules. You cannot improve your lie. As Togasala stepped up and executed a brilliant, almost miraculous shot from the treacherous position, the whispers started almost immediately. The shot itself was a thing of beauty, a testament to Togasala's skill. But the focus wasn't on the result. It was on what happened just before. The first comment came from none other than Dave Portoy, the founder of Barstool Sports and one of the masterminds behind the event. With his typical unfiltered style, he quipped, "Did Paige put that on a tee for you?" It was a joke, but it planted a seed of doubt. The comment hung in the air, and soon other players and commentators began to weigh in. Peter Finch, a respected golf influencer and competitor in the event, voiced his concern more directly. On a live feed, he analyzed the replay and said, "Paige has gone ahead of the ball and pressed down the long grass in front. There's no way he could have hit that shot without that." Suddenly, the accusation was no longer a joke. It was a serious allegation of cheating broadcast live to thousands of viewers. The initial reaction from the players on the ground was to dismiss it. After all, Team Spiranac ended up losing that hole anyway, so no real advantage was gained. They called it a non-issue and tried to move on, but the damage was already done. The clip was spreading like wildfire across social media, and the court of public opinion was beginning to form its judgment. The murmurs didn't go away. They grew into a roar. What made the situation so explosive was the context. This wasn't a casual weekend round. It was a tournament with a life-changing amount of money on the line, created and promoted by some of the most powerful forces in new media. The integrity of the entire event was suddenly in question. For Paige Spiranac, a person who has built an empire on her image and her love for the game, the accusation was more than just a rules dispute. It was an attack on her character. She has faced years of criticism and scrutiny from golf purists who questioned her place in the sport. And she has always fought back by emphasizing her genuine passion and respect for golf's traditions. To be accused of cheating, the gravest sin in golf on such a massive stage, was a direct hit to the core of her identity. The pressure continued to build, and as the cameras kept rolling, it became clear that this issue could not be swept under the rug. The confrontation was inevitable, and it was about to get deeply personal and emotional. After the round, as the controversy dominated all discussion, the issue was raised directly with Paige. The cameras closed in as she was asked to explain what happened. Her initial reaction was one of pure shock and confusion. It was clear from her expression that she had no idea she had done anything wrong. "I thought we could do that. I didn't realize," she stammered, her voice trembling slightly. You could see the dawning horror on her face as she processed the gravity of the accusation. She tried to explain her intent, insisting, "I wasn't trying to cheat. I would never do that." But the weight of the moment, the stares of her peers, and the knowledge that millions would be watching and judging her became too much to bear. Her composure crumbled. The confident, media-savvy influencer disappeared, replaced by a vulnerable person fighting back tears. She turned away from the cameras, wiping her eyes in a raw, unguarded moment of emotion. It was a heartbreaking scene that revealed the immense pressure that comes with living a life in the public eye, where every action is scrutinized and every mistake is magnified. This wasn't about a golf rule anymore. It was about a person's reputation being challenged in the most public way imaginable. This emotional breakdown became the defining image of the tournament, even more so than the final result. It sparked a fierce debate online. One camp of fans and fellow influencers defended her, arguing that it was an honest mistake of a little-known rule, especially in an alternate shot format where such situations are rare. They pointed out that her team lost the hole, so no competitive advantage was gained, and that her emotional reaction was proof of her genuine remorse and innocence. They condemned the public nature of the accusation and the pressure put on her. However, another camp was less forgiving. They argued that ignorance of the rules is no excuse, especially in a $1 million tournament. They claimed that as a professional and one of the most prominent figures in golf, she should have known better. The debate raged, splitting the YouTube golf community down the middle. It highlighted a growing tension in the world of influencer golf. Where is the line between entertainment and serious competition? When the stakes are this high, should the rules be applied as strictly as they are on the PGA Tour? Paige's tears put a human face on this complex dilemma, showing the real-world consequences of a game played for both clicks and cash. The aftermath of the incident was complex and layered. Peter Finch, whose comments had helped ignite the firestorm, later discussed the situation at length on his podcast, The Rough Cut. He clarified his position, stating that while he believed a rule was broken, he didn't think there was malicious intent from Paige. He explained that in the heat of the moment, his job as a commentator was to analyze the play, but he expressed regret over how the situation escalated and the personal toll it took on her. Meanwhile, the tournament had to move forward. In a twist of fate that felt almost poetic, the $1 million prize was ultimately won by the underdog team of Brad Daly, Francis Ellis, and Cody B. Frankie. Their victory was a feel-good story, a triumph for the underdogs that was celebrated by many. But their win was tragically and beautifully reframed just weeks later. In late October, the golf world was shocked by the news of Cody B. Franca's tragic passing at the young age of just 31. The news cast a somber shadow over the entire Internet Invitational. The tournament, once defined by the cheating controversy, was now remembered as the last great victory of a beloved and kind-hearted member of the community. Dave Portoy and the Barstool team paid heartfelt tributes to their friend, and Paige Spiranac herself shared her condolences, writing, "Heartbreaking news. He was such a kind and good person." This final poignant chapter added a layer of profound sadness and perspective to the event. It served as a stark reminder that behind the drama, the money, and the online arguments, these are real people with real lives. The controversy over a blade of grass seemed insignificant in the face of such a real and devastating loss. It forced the community to look in the mirror and question the nature of the content they create and consume, and the human cost of high-stakes entertainment. So what does this all mean for the future of influencer golf? The Paige Spiranac incident at the Internet Invitational is a watershed moment. It exposes the inherent conflict that arises when you mix the casual, personality-driven world of YouTube with the rigid rules and high financial stakes of professional competition. On one hand, the drama is what drives views. The controversy, the accusations, and the emotional breakdowns create compelling content that is far more engaging to a mass audience than a simple golf match. The algorithm rewards this drama with impressions and clicks, and content creators are incentivized to lean into it. On the other hand, the incident raises serious questions about the integrity of these competitions. If the rules are not consistently enforced, can these events truly be considered legitimate sporting contests, or are they simply reality television shows set on a golf course? This is the central dilemma that the influencer golf world must now confront. Furthermore, the incident highlights the immense and often brutal pressure placed on influencers like Paige Spiranac. She is not just a golfer, she is a brand, a media entity, and a role model to millions. Every action she takes is subject to a level of scrutiny that most professional athletes never have to endure. Her emotional reaction was a rare glimpse behind the curtain, showing the vulnerability that lies beneath the polished, confident exterior. It's a reminder that while influencers may seem to have perfect lives online, they are still human beings who can be deeply affected by public criticism and accusations. The incident forces us as viewers to consider our own role in this ecosystem. Do we crave the drama without considering the human cost? Are we too quick to judge and condemn based on a short AutoFC context clip? The answers are not simple, but the questions themselves are a sign that the world of influencer golf is being forced to mature and grapple with its own success. Looking ahead, the legacy of the 2025 Internet Invitational will be a complex one. It will be remembered for the thrilling competition and the underdog victory of Team Beef. It will be remembered for the heartbreaking loss of a beloved community member. And it will be remembered as the tournament where the unwritten rules of influencer golf were stress-tested to their breaking point. The incident will likely lead to clearer and more formally enforced rules in future competitions. Organizers will have to decide whether they want to prioritize pure entertainment or strict adherence to the rules of golf. They can't have it both ways, not when $1 million is on the line. For Paige Spiranac, this will undoubtedly be a difficult but formative experience. It has tested her resilience and forced her to confront the darker side of fame, but it has also shown her humanity to a world that often sees her as just an image on a screen. How she moves forward from this will be a key part of her story. Will she retreat from the competitive side of influencer golf? Or will she use this experience to advocate for a better, more transparent, and more empathetic community? The only thing that is certain is that the world of YouTube golf will never be quite the same. The game has changed, and the stakes, both financial and personal, are higher than ever before. What do you think? Was it cheating or an honest mistake? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.